going to win.
I thought Roman was going to win
I
too.
thought Brock was leaving again, but they signed a contract before.
No, but that's because they were bringing Lashley back.
I think that's what they're going to set up next.
Yeah, it's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
Lesnar's going to drop the belt to Lashley, and you know what? Good. Take some of the fucking heat off of Roman Reigns because people don't fucking. I like Roman Reigns.
I think he's a good worker. He's a solid worker. Like a lot of people give him shit, and it's a cool thing to do now. Like when again, the world we live in, social media, people are like, all right, some kids. I went to Raw at the Coliseum last April, and kids were just booing just to boo. Like,
oh yeah, well Cena gets it, but like Cena takes it.
Cena
loves it.
I think now, like when people came around Cena, I think people started coming around with Cena during his when he had the U.S. title and he was defending it every week. Yeah, and it's like, you know what, he's not bad in the ring. People started coming around. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody. It's not like everybody came around and cheers him.
Yeah,
but it's like he always had that mixed reaction.
Well, he was the face of WWE for a while.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, when Kurt Angle comes out, the "you suck" thing. Now it's more of when they boo him, it's more of a show of respect than it is. Yeah. You know, but with Roman,
it's just
they just don't fucking like him.
I think the thing is what Vince tried to do is anoint him early, and they
made him step up to it. He wasn't mic ready.
They would, they shoved him. They shoved him down our throats too early, and the booking was like, yo.
He thought because Seth Rollins was so good on the mic and because Dean Ambrose was so good on the mic that Roman Reigns will come around. It took Roman a minute. He had to do that ever since Roman did that work with Cena. His mic game is completely improved. I'm sure Cena took him in the back and was like, listen, I know you're a big dumb Samoan. Okay? But we got to get you speaking better than Donald Trump. Okay? If our president sounds better than you, there's a problem. It's like, I
think his best promo was when he beat after he beat Taker and he just said it's my yard and just dropped the mic and left. That's all. Like, less is more with him. Yeah, don't have him speak much, and just fucking like kick ass.
Well, I liked what he did before he fought Lesnar. How he was, I'm here every week.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, no, that was a great one. That was a good one.
His promos have definitely improved. He's definitely, and I like him.
And his altercation with Vince, like going in the back and just like, listen.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, I think the big push with him is that the ladies really enjoy watching him.
Yeah, but
that's my wife's celebrity crush.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Roman.
Yeah, especially when he had the blue contacts in. And
what sucks with him is just, I guess, like, if you repackage him, like, you know, because I guess, you know, you see the vest and, you know, it's like, you never see.
It's remnants of the Shield still.
Yeah. It's like such a guy wears so much clothing and he has a vest, like he's in this SWAT gear. I was like, all right, are you in a match or are you just, or are you in like a sword fight? It's just so much with him.
I think Braun Strowman should have gotten a bigger push. I like the fact that he won the tag team titles. A couple people complained to me about that. They were like, "Oh, that was fucking whack," and I'm like, "No, that was fucking awesome, dude." I'm like, "What are you kidding me?" I'm like,
I guess it goes that they're trying to show him he's like the strong man where he could like pick whoever, and just like, you know, defend the title. I mean, some people wanted like a superstar.
I kind of think that was his son.
Come back. No, that was what's the name? That was one of the refs' sons. I found out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's on the line. One of the refs.
Oh, okay.
He's like his son because you see him in pictures and stuff like that. He's a son of a ref.
Because you could tell he was looking for somebody in particular when he went out there.
Yeah,
like, and to me, I told my boy, I was like, "Nah, man, that was cool." I was like, because my son's gonna watch that tomorrow and go, "Wow."
It's kind of like
he picked somebody a little older than me.
And I think the funny thing when they had the Raw and it's like, oh, we have to drop the titles. Nick has a scheduling conflict. He's in
it was awesome.
That was rather funny.
That was awesome. But it makes Braun Strowman look like, because he's not a heel for as much.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make him as a
They wanted him to be a heel, but he turned out to be a babyface, and the crowd.
I think him beating Roman's ass. I think that doesn't help his case as a heel because everybody hates Roman.
Yeah.
So, like, that thing is like, when you're going to turn.
I honestly wanted to see him versus Lesnar. I thought that would have been a much better match.
Not because I think you've seen it already during what they fought at the Rumble, right?
They had the three-way
match. And Kane. So you've seen that already. So it's like they'll build that up again.
I wasn't looking forward to that because I'm like, Kane. For as much as I like Kane, You're like 50, dude.
Kane's on borrowed time.
You know,
basically.
and just like the Undertaker fighting Cena.
Yeah.
Like I was like, really?
I
really brought Undertaker back.
Like
for that?
I mean, it like all right. You see it that I got kicks out of seeing John Cena in the crowd laughing and like having a good time, and then they call him in the back. He runs in the back. I didn't like the fact they did it while Charlotte was walking up the damn.
Yeah,
they kind of disrespected
you just had the
her
match
moment.
Of the night and disrespected her moment. The two ladies of the night. Yeah. That was like that was done intentionally.
Not to mention you have Taker come back and then he's just squashes Cena. And Cena just like remember like
running scared.
He's like Cena's supposed to have no fear, never give up, and then you're like shitting the bit like
Cena's on his way out.
Well, yeah, and he's doing. But he's one of the guys I think now people are appreciating him a little bit more because they know he's on the way out.
Yeah.
So I don't think
he's
he'll
going
get
to
booed as much.
He's going to do what The Rock did.
Do whatever he wants.
He's going to do what The Rock did.
Yeah. I heard he was great in Blockers.
Cock Blockers?
Yeah. I heard he was great in that movie. And it doesn't surprise me. I think he was great in Trainwreck.
He's good but he's good on the mic.
Yeah, he's good.
He's equivalently, you could say he's just as good as The Rock was on the mic. So
yeah, as far as
look how good
and dealing with shit, he dealt with a lot of shit and just like and as supposedly being the face, like he's not going to curse out the crowd, you know what I'm saying? But he takes it and
he's never been a heel.
Yeah,
he's never been a heel. He's always been a babyface his entire career, and that's all. And
well, no, he was a heel in the beginning. When he came
out with the chain,
Kurt Angle, before that he was a heel, and then he had the face turn. Because the crowd was like behind him.
Yeah.
Because he was a heel. Remember he had his bodyguard. He had a match. People don't remember, like if you watch as long as we have, like people don't remember that match he had with Cena on pay-per-view, with Taker and Cena on pay-per-view. It was like 2003 when he had the rapper gimmick in the beginning of the rapper
I remember
gimmick.
when he had the rapper gimmick.
Yeah. And even in the beginning he had a match with Taker. And I think Taker was still the biker. He wasn't the dead man again yet. So people,
but that's when Taker was still frequenting.
Yeah,
working on a daily basis.
Yeah,
you know, or weekly basis.
Yeah, but people don't remember that because like people think it was a first time. Like people that didn't watch, they probably think that's the first time they ever met.
And people are like Taker didn't look too good. And I'm like, yeah, Taker's 50-something years old. He's 6'8", guy. What do you want from him?
Like, even like last year's match with Roman, because I went to WrestleMania last year in Orlando, and that match with Roman, I was rooting for Roman because I was like. People that like want to take it back in the ring, it's like you want to see this man literally die. It's like just you can't like have him like.
It's like I missed a lot of the Attitude Era. I was not watching TV at that time. I was so I missed a lot of Stone Cold shit.
Yeah,
I mean I knew who he was. I watched when I was
because it was all everywhere like that.
I watched because my friend, if I was at my friend's house, I would watch, and I love Stone Cold. Stone Cold is one of my favorites. I wish he could come back and do a couple matches, but I don't want to see him come back and fucking hurt himself.
This age and like the fucking neck.
Like I was pissed off at. I'm still pissed off at Sasha Banks for hurting Paige.
People say it could have went either way. I don't think Sasha had everything to do with it. I think they did. I remember.
No, she kicked her in the neck.
Yeah, I remember that. But
Sasha's a sloppy worker. Yeah. She's a sloppy worker.
It happens. Like Seth has like a curse, like because he injured Sting, he injured Finn.
Yeah. Well, that's why they didn't want him doing the curb stomp anymore. And then he did the curb stomp at WrestleMania. I was like, oh,
they bring it back. They bring it back.
I was like, I like that move.
I love that move because they gave him the pedigree. Like, why the fuck are you going to give him the pedigree? It's like it's like that's Triple H's move, and then you can't think of anything else. And Rollins is such a good wrestler that they couldn't find anything. I remember they tried a couple of finishers, but it just didn't.
No, the curb stomp is perfect for him.
Yeah,
and you know what? I was upset that they didn't give Sting Sting should have beaten Triple H.
Yeah, I wanted him to
that
go
was
over.
You know what that was? That was you're the WCW king. And you're never going to be. You're never going to be better than.
Probably a Vince move. Vince like you're never
going to win. They should have let him win the title at least for a day.
Yeah,
give it to him at SummerSlam or whatever, and then have him.
That was
lose
the perfect
Raw.
Time to do Sting Taker. Yeah, they were probably saving it for next
year.
They
were going to do Sting Taker until fucking Seth threw. Yeah. I don't blame Seth so much for that. Yeah. I blame Sting for going, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You can do that. Yeah. Like, you're 52, guy. Don't, you've been wrestling since you're 18 years old. Don't let him fucking throw you into the. And he's also perfected that move a little better now. Yeah. You can tell it's not. When he was first doing that move, he was throwing them hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we got to witness Sting in a WWE ring. You know what I'm saying? Just at least
I like
one,
when he crushed the fucking Seth Rollins statue.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
At least we got to see him one time because we thought we would never, ever see. Like it was a point where I thought it's like he like it's impossible him not being in the WWE because everybody went, and then it's like wow, he really was never in the WWE.
No, he from what they say that he was offered multiple times.
Yeah, and he was like, no.
And he was like, no, I'm going down with the ship.
Yeah,
and then once WCW didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Vince was like, well, fuck you now. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? And that's when he started doing the indie scene.
Yeah. I remember there was an interview he saw Booker T, how they treated him when he first got to the WWE. And he was like, nah, it ain't going to be me. I ain't going over there.
Yeah. Clown him.
Yeah.
They clowned everybody. They clowned everybody that came over.
Jericho. Yep. Booker.
Big Show.
Everybody. It's like, oh, man.
Everybody got clowned.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Except the Road Warriors.
Yeah, well, that was pre the Monday Night Wars. They weren't like a threat at the time. It was like, the
Road Warriors used to jump back and forth from both.
Yeah,
anyway,
like Lex
Luger
did popular. Too. Lex Luger did too.
I mean, I always remember Flair always being on WCW. I never remember him being on in WWE until the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, but he was there before. When remember, he was in that Royal Rumble. He won the first. Not the first Royal Rumble, but he won the first time he was in the Royal Rumble. He won it. You remember this? 1992. That's when he had to match up with, like his first stint in WWE. He had 2 stints in WWE. The first stint where he actually brung the big gold belt, the NWA WCW title, to WWE, and you're like, oh shit, he really brung it in there. That's when I think Mr. Perfect was his like manager or whatever, advisor or whatever, and then he had the match at Mania against Savage. Oh. And then so people don't remember his first stint.
I remember.
Then when WCW was a force to be reckoned with, and then you see Hulk Hogan over there. Then when Flair jumped back, then a lot of people started going back. Like a lot of people were back and forth.
I watched WCW before all that happened. I was actually a bigger WCW fan than I was a WWE fan. Which is
typical. Yeah, it's kind of weird, especially
typical
for up here, especially for like New York is like WWE territory.
Yeah,
like so WCW was like where you get to watch it was on like TBS or something.
It was on, it was Turner. Yeah, because Turner owned TBS, so it was on TBS. Yeah, I used to watch it.
It was like I wouldn't say hard to find. I remember watching like NWA matches, but it like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It was always on
it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It was always on late, or you'd have to, or it'd be on like midday on a Saturday.
And that's when I would see the guys like because like WWF was everything. So like you that's where you would see Hogan and Savage and. And then, like, when you would hear, like, Ric Flair's, like, I'd never heard, like, Ric Flair.
Fucking great. Like, I loved Great Muta.
Yeah.
I remember when Undertaker was Mean Mark Calloway. Or Callis, Mean Mark Callis, and he was tag team with Sid Vicious in the Twin Towers.
Yeah. What's the name of his man? Teddy
Brothers.
Long. Yeah.
The Steiner Brothers before Scott Steiner became a juiced up fucking maniac.
It's like, he could barely speak English, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
every promo he cuts is like, it's Steiner,
and his brother was even worse. The dog faced gremlin.
Yeah, gremlin. Yeah,
but I loved all that. But that's just typical of me because I always rooted for. I don't know why. I'm always one of those people. I never went with the grain.
Absolutely, no.
I always went with the underdog.
Yeah,
I never liked mainstream hip hop. I was always an underground hip hop artist.
Yeah.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
Yeah,
I was one of those people that I had to be rebellious against what everybody else thought was popular.
Yeah. So when but at the time, WCW did get more popular.
Oh yeah.
When Hogan went there, and you're like,
Hogan, I gotta start Bret Hart went over there.
And then everybody started getting it.
The whole NWO.
Because Ted Turner had the money to pay these guys like athletes. They were getting paid like baseball players.
No, and Bret Hart said that. He was like, Bret Hart was one of the last ones to go, and they were talking about it in a documentary, and Bret Hart was like, I can't say no to this money.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, unless you're going to give me something close to it. And at the time, McMahon was spending so much money on trying to win this war.
Yeah.
He couldn't afford to pay anybody like that. So,
they were making
once it was all said and done, I mean, he was broke for a fucking while after that.
Yeah.
But he turned it around and made himself. Wrestling's got to be the most watched sport or sports entertainment.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Monday Night Raw has been going on
Monday Night Raw packs out stadiums.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, shit. So he's. I mean, look at the guy. Fucking guy's like 80 years old. He's still in great shape.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
When you have that much money, I guess you can concentrate on being 80 and look